We throw the word chaos around all the time, right? To describe our lives, the world, pretty much everything. But here's a thought. What if the way we think about chaos is just completely wrong?
No, really, take a second. When you picture chaos in your mind, what do you see? Is it just total, absolute randomness? A situation with no rules, no limits, where literally anything can happen? Yeah, most of us do. But today, we're going to pull the rug out from under that whole idea.
What if all that messiness, all that unpredictability we see and feel isn't actually chaos, but just a failure of our own perception? And that's the big idea we're diving into right now. The chance that real, absolute chaos might not even be a thing in our universe. So, if it's not total chaos, then what is it? Well, this is where it gets really interesting. The material we're looking at today brings up this incredible concept called relative randomness. And trust me, it's a game changer for how you see the world. Okay, and this slide breaks it down with a really simple analogy. Think about a pendulum. So, absolute chaos, that's like the string on the pendulum just snapping. The weight goes flying, who knows where, right? No rules. But relative chaos, that's what we actually see, even in something super complex. The path might be wild, it might seem totally unpredictable, but it is always tied to that anchor point. It can never just fly off into infinity. So let's put an official pin in this. Relative randomness, or acak secara relatif in the original Indonesian source, is a state where things look totally unpredictable, but, and this is the kicker, they are always tied to some kind of fixed rule or anchor. They can't break the rules. And you can scale this idea way, way up. I mean, think about the universe itself. It looks like a crazy, chaotic mess. But everything, and I mean everything, is still playing by the rules of cause and effect. Nothing can just decide to act outside of its potential. That anchor always holds. And this leads to a pretty deep conclusion. If everything has these anchors, then maybe the problem isn't the chaos out there in the world. Maybe the problem is us. It's how we're looking at it. And this quote from the source material just hits it home perfectly. It totally flips the script, right? It's not that the world is chaotic, it's that we're just not strong enough. Or maybe we just don't have the right viewpoint to see the pattern underneath it all. We can't see the anchor holding the whole thing together. The source has a fantastic name for this: gagal perception. It basically means a failure of perception. It's this mental trap we fall into, where we see something complex, we can't figure it out immediately, and so we just label it random and move on. We miss the order that's staring us right in the face. So this really makes you wonder, doesn't it? Think about it. In your own life, at work, in your relationships, looking at the news, how often are we calling something chaos just because we haven't found the invisible anchor yet? The hidden rule, the constraint that's actually running the whole show. Okay, so why does any of this matter? Because, this isn't just some abstract philosophical idea. It has real-world wisdom, or hikmah, as the source calls it, for how we can actually live our lives. So here's the takeaway. First, you've got to realize that in a system like this, your small actions can create huge ripples, for better or for worse. So yeah, taking responsibility for what you do, super important. But, and this is a big but, it's not a free pass to just blame everyone else for your problems either. It's a two-way street. You have an impact, but the system also impacts you. So it all comes down to finding that sweet spot, right? That balance. It's about owning your actions, for sure, but also being smart enough to see the bigger picture, the external forces at play. You can't just blame circumstances, but you also can't carry the weight of the whole world on your shoulders. You got to see the system you're in. And that's what I want to leave you with today. As you go about your week, try this out. Look at something you've always thought of as just pure chaos, and ask yourself, what are the unseen anchors here? What are the hidden rules? You might just be amazed at the order you start to find.